If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Wayne Campbell.
And I'm Sheila Campbell.
And this is your money drive on the driver's side. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
You caught me with my hand in the cookie jar. I was over here playing on the boat trying to get things prepared. Falling behind at the last minute.
And Mondays are really, truly always Manic Monday.
It is Manic Monday.
It really is. I'm back there just now scrambling because Gemma's in a new environment, and so she's barking. She's like, "What is that going on?" We're like, "Oh no!" He's like, "Get her!" So I'm dragging her off to the back room there.
I'm starting videos.
It always is. We are never prepared on Mondays.
You know what?
Ever. I don't care how much we prepare. We are never prepared on Mondays.
You got to realize we don't have a cameraman. We don't have an assistant in the background playing videos. This is all us juggling this for a live show.
You know what? I think that we could have all the cameramen and crew going on and we still wouldn't be prepared for Mondays. That's all I'm going to say on that. It is always Manic Monday.
It is Manic Monday. It's good to be here. It's good to be live. I lost my notes, Sheila. Here they are. It's good to be here. A great weekend. A lot of traveling. We put some miles under our belt.
We did.
We put a little bit of miles under our belt. We took our time doing it. We had a good time doing it. We ran into a lot of good people out on the road. First of all, let me ask you, how you like being out there with these big trucks and talking to these people and being in these truck stops?
Okay.
Got her.
Okay. Well, that's like two different scenarios going on there. I absolutely enjoyed meeting the drivers that we did. We had a full day on Friday. We not only did the show, but then almost immediately thereafter, we did an interview and got to meet Robert Pennington, also known as Lunchbox. And then later that day, we met up with Justin Williams at a different area and got to interview and hang out with him for a while. And so that was really cool. And the truck stops, I like the truck stops. I like the sound of the trucks. We got to go in and take a shower and stuff. So it's nice. And because I'm around everyone, I like it. Is now, okay. Being on the road, whole different scenario going down for me. I'm a little nilly-willy as it is anyways with traffic and people on freeways, just because everyone's so scary driving. And then like we got into some of this construction where there's literally no shoulders, an inch on each side and walls. Okay. And we're a lot bigger now. So I used to be kind of afraid before. And when we had our Rogue, now that we're in this big old monstrous thing and there's no room for air, whoo, I'm literally sitting over in that passenger seat and I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, do you think you can get over to the left a little bit? Do you think? And here comes a semi. Here comes a truck just passing by as a whizzing past us. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's too close.
Look, we all know safety in the truck industry is not that great, and training is terrible. Yeah. These guys are jumping over when they want. It's like, the bumpers are up, and it's like, I'm just waiting for people to start bumping off these walls. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's sad. But at the same time, I've had a great time out here because I'm not going to focus on that negative because they're dealing with it as every day on a daily. That's just a regular to them. It's to the norm. I just wanted to ask that. I threw you off because you didn't know that question was coming.
No, I didn't. I surely did not.
But we did. We are meeting a lot of great people. We bumped into Lunchbox, Robert Pennington.
Yeah.
Which he's going to wind up using Tim out in Chandler, Excalibur. Right. Diesel services. So we made a connection there. We connected them because he lives in Tucson, but his mechanic is in Dallas.
Yeah.
That's how important mechanics are to these drivers. It's hard to find a good mechanic. So he's going to give Timothy a shot. That's literally an hour away. Hopefully that's a good connection because Timothy provides good service and Robert deserves a good mechanic. Doesn't need to drive that far.
No.
So, and shout out to XLG because he's very happy. So that means they're taking care of him. But we also met Justin Williams. And I had a good time talking to him. He's talking to Scott, where we're at today. With Scott, we're at Scott and Karen's. We're in Orange, Texas. Basically, it's like Texiana. It's like Texas and Louisiana. It's right next door. We winded up going too far last night. You know me. I'm that good driver. I always go the extra mile because I miss my exit.
Well, let alone there was no off ramps. They were closed. We kept driving around looking for an off ramp. No, not there.
But before we go to good mornings and stuff like that, we bumped into Justin, and I was able to interview him too. So here's a clip real quick.
Out here, it's just getting worse. Trust me. Actually, it's getting better. I think in some areas. I think with technology, we're able to connect more.
Right.
We're able to actually meet up.
Right.
I want to thank you for taking the time out today to meet us, let alone every Saturday. How did you find the driver's site?
Dude, your thing just actually popped up on Facebook. I don't remember where the hell I saw it. And then you had you, and then Daryl was on there, Kelly was on there, Scott was on there, and a couple of other guys. Jeremy from Rig Riders, he was on there.
Right.
And as soon as I heard you guys talking and going, talking about the way the industry was going, I'm like, dude, I got to get in on this. And I'm screaming at my computer watching this, and my wife actually comes out and she goes, what the hell are you doing? I said, I'm watching these guys talk about some bull crap on the damn computer.
Get it, Justin. It was fun hanging out with you. I'm glad we got to meet you. I think we got Scott in the back the back studio. Let's bring him in real quick while he's here, so we can get him in before we get to good mornings.
Hi.
Hey, Scott, what's going on, brother?
Sitting over here, Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Yeah, well, look, we're sitting at your house, brother.
We're in your front yard.
Yeah, I know.
We can't wait for you to get home to meet you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be home. I'm waiting to unload, and as soon as I unload, I'll be heading back that way.
Right, Karen's inside. We were able to meet Karen last night. You got the mini horses out here. Where am I, dude? I'm sitting on like this little mini ranch. What's going on? What do I have here?
A bunch of minis. Get with Karen. She'll tell you, hey, I want you to meet a buddy of mine that works with me.
How you doing, sir? Good morning. All
How
right,
are y'all?
We're good. Is this another driver?
Yeah.
I'm sure your name's not Buddy that works with me. What's your name, sir?
Matt.
Matt, how long you been in the trucking industry?
About almost 5 years.
Yeah, and how did you get to where you're at today?
Just a lot of hard work and determination, really.
All right, well, be sure that you don't get caught hanging out with him, all right? I don't want you getting written up.
Yeah, I try to stay away.
All right, how do you like working with Scott?
This is actually my second time working with him, and it's about the second time, isn't it? Second or third, right? Yeah. It's always a good time. Always.
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah, I'll say this. He's inspiring and helping out a lot of drivers over here, new drivers in the industry. I want to tell you guys thank you for just keeping it old school and hanging out like right now. What you guys are doing right now, it's important.
Yeah, I feel like I've got an old soul when it comes to this stuff, and I try to be as helpful as I can, with other drivers, even people I don't know. If you stick to yourself and become a grouch or a Grinch, as people say, you're not going to make it anywhere. And you're like, to me, you got to have people that you can hang out with and talk to and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Brother, I appreciate you. It's awesome, right? The way things are happening. All right, brother. All right, Scott. Hey, Scott. It's good talking to you, brother. Hey, Scott, we got a lot this morning. What's going on with you? How are you doing today, sir? Thank you for the show on Saturday. You got a lot of people looking up to you and turning to you. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's kind of shocking, but it feels good.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for stopping by this morning, Scott, and I can't wait for you to get to the house. Once you get here, we got a lot to talk about because I got to get you a little more talkative over here, all right? Instead of hanging out like Johnny Cool with the cigarette.
Hey, I got to be like you, brother.
All right, Scott, I love you, brother. I can't wait to see you tonight.
All right,
Keep on
later, brother. Y'all be good.
All right, look at that. Look at that. We got 2 for 1.
I know.
2 for 1.
I know. That was awesome.
And he's young. 5 years.
Yeah.
and he's working with Scott. And like I said,
He's got a good person to work with, though.
You know what they're doing and what this company does and how it's done is truly amazing. And it's great to have these type of drivers affiliated with the driver's side, reaching out to drivers and stuff like that. But what else do we have this morning, Sheila? Because I don't want to. I know that we had a lot going on because I feel like that we didn't expect 2 guests this morning. I know that.
But we did. We were talking about all my little flicky fingers over here. Yeah, we have some mentions and stuff that we want to do.
Right.
And
there it is. But we got good mornings still. We got comments. I don't know. I just got nervous there because I had 2 truck drivers that are at work. It's like, oh, what do I say? I didn't know I was getting 2. I thought I was just getting Scott's. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. He just totally threw me off. You know, it's perfect.
I think by now you guys expect us to be all over the place. If you don't, I'm sorry. Hi, welcome to the show. It's Manic Monday, and we're all over the place, and that's kind of how that goes.
And I got to get rid of some of these videos. We got too much.
Let's go to good mornings, and then we'll get.
All right, we'll be right back and go to good mornings.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Good. All right, let's go to good mornings. All right, Lee Adams, Robert Pennington, Edward, Valerie, Chad, Vincent, Shelley, Mike, Freddie Bell, Stack Logistics, everybody. Curtis, John Freese. John Freese, it's good to see you, brother. I had a great talk with him last night.
Yeah.
He is just rocking it. He is rocking it. Lee Ann, Lisa, Daryl, Martin. All right, you are in our actually mentions this morning. We got to get to mentions this morning, so you are coming up in a second. Ronnie, Daryl again, Ronald, all right, Joe Denny, Renee, Cheryl Pollard, Daryl Martin again, Kenneth, all right, Chris, Drea, the safety lady, Karen. We got too many. It's done.
Yeah,
it's done. I can't keep up now.
No,
it's getting too far ahead of us. What else? So
good morning to you all.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Don't get me
started.
We
are going to. I mean, you mentioned some people that we are going to mention.
So yeah,
we got Drea, our safety lady. She's got a safety tip for
we
us.
got a safety tip coming from her here in a minute. But Daryl Martin, I wanted to talk about Daryl Martin real quick. He's getting ready to hop into another seat somewhere. He's finding he's looking for a new home. And our thoughts and prayers are with you. And I know a lot of drivers have reached out to him and they're talking and they're starting to get together and doing things together. I want to say Daryl Martin said it right up here. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Daryl Martin. He's meeting somebody this had a breakfast and coffee with Dennis Hicks this morning. Great to meet a brother from here. And I think he's getting to meet some more drivers. Can't wait for Wednesday. I get to meet some new friends, both drivers. All right. And I think that's John Jakes from 10-4 magazine. John and Kim.
Oh, Kim Grimm.
Yes, from 10-4, and then John Jakes.
Yeah.
You know, they had the 10-4 magazine
the photo auction
with Truckers Final Mile this weekend.
Yes.
And it was great. It was successful. I know I think I jumped to it early on you, right?
Yeah.
So, but
that's okay. No. It's all good. No, but it was a success from what I saw from it. The auction is over. It ended on Saturday, and they did actually well. They raised about $6,000 from it, from all of the biddings, from the pictures, and they're actually planning on, because of the success, they're actually planning on doing it again in like 6 months. So I think that's great, and all those proceeds go to Truckers Final Mile. So that's awesome. And we want to give congratulations to John Freese, because some of his pictures got bidded on. So it's awesome. And John is a phenomenal photographer. I mean, if he ever wanted to leave trucking and just go out and to become a photographer, he absolutely could do that. He takes great pictures.
Right. And I'm glad it was a success. The Truckers Final Mile deserves it. You know, it's a nonprofit that helps drivers, families that pass away out on the road, and not just with that.
Right. With
aftercare and so much more and beyond. I'm hoping to have Kim, John, and a few people, maybe Robert Pennington. I think it's Pennington from Truckers Final Mile.
Robert Palmer.
I know Pennington. I'm thinking of Robert.
Is that Robert?
Yeah, it's Palmer. Robert Palmer. And so hopefully we can have him on with Kim and everybody that was involved in that, maybe, and then get them out here and talk about the success of it. And I already think they planned another one.
Yeah.
In 6 months, right?
Yeah, they said that they were going to do it again in 6 months from now because of the success on it, and to, make other contributions to Truckers Final Mile, because it's a great cause. And especially now too, they also do, they do a Christmas special. I don't want to mutilate the name of it. There's a specific name for it that they do, that they give Christmas and do Christmas gifts for drivers whose family and kids that were affected by a driver that maybe has been injured or has deceased while they're out on the road. So they do phenomenal things. So,
and I'm excited for this week because it's Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving. We got the Thanksgiving show coming up. We don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do an open feed. Because with COVID-19 and all the mandates and restrictions and this and that, the best way we thought we could do for you guys is to give you guys a show by doing an open feed, letting you guys stop by. I talked to John Freese already. He plans on stopping by because he's going to be out on the road. So drivers that are out on the road, you'll have an outlet to hang out with other drivers and just get together and be able to share Thanksgiving, because the holidays are here, guys. You haul it. So you guys should be able to enjoy it also. And it sucks. When I was out there, I used to hate I used to enjoy delivering the holidays, but I hated on the holiday, watching the holiday unfold right in front of me. It would depress the hell out of me. I'm not going to lie.
And I do have the roster. So that's going to actually that's going to be posted this afternoon. It's already scheduled. It's on a time. So about this evening. So you guys have what we have so far of what's available if you're out on the road, of where you can go and get a meal as far as a Thanksgiving meal. So, and if you guys know of other places, I can always update it as well. So, but that will be going out today.
Right.
So, but we do have some thoughts and prayers too. We have a fellow driver. She was not feeling well. Day Calapia. And so she wasn't feeling well. And then she really wasn't feeling well, that she ended up going to the emergency room, and she has to have her gallbladder out. So prayers to her, because she's having to have emergency surgery. Our prayers and thoughts go out to her for a speedy recovery for sure.
And also to Brittany Akins, who's under the weather, and to Daryl Martin again. So thing is these are drivers, okay? And drivers know when you're out on the road and you're sick, you just don't get to go to a doctor.
Right.
They have to push through.
Or you're having life instances that are going on right now that are, aren't that happy and kind of life changing. So our thoughts and prayers are always with everybody.
Life incidents.
Yeah.
I already know I'm headed for a couple. I know there's some horse stalls here. You know me. How bad? What is this about? Oh,
right. But we do have a lot to get to. We have a couple things for trucking news. We've got national news. We've got weather.
We got everything. We just got a show this morning. We got comments. We'll go over to comments now because we said good mornings, but let's go over to comments. Let's go over to Lee Adams. Lee Adams, I am back and had to go thank my beautiful woman for my coffee she fixes. It's every morning before she leaves for work. Yes, a little spoiled. Not just you, but also me. Yeah. What?
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I make my coffee every day. What are you talking about?
What?
What do you mean? What? Good. Karen says, Phil Tristan says, good morning, amigo Wayne and amigo Sheila. I like the holiday greetings on the screen, right? It's the holidays, It's going to be a tough one, I think, with the things that are coming and the things that are happening. It's not looking good. I know in Oregon, it's really not looking good. I came across this morning.
I got questions. Do y'all know that in Oregon, it is a $1,250 fine for having more than 6 people over for Thanksgiving? But meth and crack is legal for personal use. Help me understand, please. I got questions.
I think we all have a little questions here. We just left Oregon. What the hell? And actually, speaking of that law is coming. It kicks in, I think, the first of the year.
Yeah.
After January, I talked to an officer out there recently, and he's like, yeah, well, we're going to have to, we haven't been briefed on it yet. We don't know too much. It goes into effect January, but pretty much, yeah, you can have, possess a little bit, you'll get a little bad boy,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Wild West out there. You can pretty
It's
much in Oregon, you
ridiculous.
can almost pretty much do anything, and they're not really going to do a whole heck of a lot about it.
So
Apparently, other than fine you if they find out that you're having more than 6 people at your house and give you a fine for over $1,000. What the heck is that? That's just ridiculous.
Well, you were reading it this week about bans and stuff like that in California, weren't you?
Yeah, well, there are bans in California that it's the same thing. That whole West Coast is doing the same thing. Washington is doing the same thing. They have a ban that they're banning holiday, the actual holiday of you celebrating it. But you can have a funeral or a wedding with 30 people in it. So
right. So we've all decided, turkey funerals is the way to go this holiday season, to where you can have family members there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to tie this right into trucking news, right? Because you got me with trucking news today. I think I got trucking news, right?
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and do it. Over at CDL Life, it says CDC updates COVID-19 guidelines for OTR truckers as pandemic worsens. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, between not just at home, but also out on the road, things are coming to a halt. Things are shutting down. What are you drivers seeing? Drop it over in the comments, so we'll get over to your comments here in a minute. But what are you guys seeing coming? I think this is a complete joke. Okay, here we go again. I think we're fumbling it.
It is. And okay, as far as like any kind of, there's no restrictions as far as commerce going through. There are travel bans that are going through. I know the West Coast. I know the 3 states there, Washington, California, Oregon. Or Washington, Oregon, however. Anyways, they have travel restrictions that are in place right now. Obviously, it doesn't affect the drivers from going through because they're not going to stop commerce, but they don't want you traveling from state to state. I know there's some states that are up on the East Coast that are doing the same thing by New York, that are trying to do the travel restrictions as well, that if you have to travel, they want you to quarantine. So, but speaking of travel, because this was what was in my trucking news. So when I was looking at, because there's a lot of you drivers that have to travel during these holidays. So I have my little trucking news, and this is what I titled it. Not such a Thanksgiving blessing for truckers driving our roads, or is it? Okay, so generally the Thanksgiving holiday is one of the biggest travel holidays of the year. And that's all around. It's one of the biggest travel holidays. However, due to COVID-19, the public's view and concern of it, as well as more restrictions put in place by many states, travel expected to be lower this year. However, okay, now that's all around. However, according to AAA, travel overall is predicted to decrease by 10% as an overall, but 95% of the travel will be by automobile. Okay. They're also predicting that most travelers will drive shorter distances and return home sooner. This means major urban areas will experience delays up to 30% above normal. INREX expects Wednesday afternoon to be the busiest day of travel. So Bob Pichu, a transportation analyst at INREX, said drivers should plan alternate routes and departure times to avoid traffic jams. Therefore, expect congestion and delays in the urban areas starting on Wednesday. This also means, though, that highways outside of these areas should be clear and wide open. So for you guys who are on the open roads, that's the good news. That's the blessing, is that you're not going to have the normal congestion until you get into those cities, because they're expecting everybody to be traveling shorter distances. And that's going to be starting Wednesday. So guys, just expect on Wednesday, if you're having to go by these major cities kind of a thing, that there are going to be delays, because all travel, even though it's gone down by 10%, they're traveling by car.
Well, again, who's looking out for the driver?
Right.
Who's looking out for the ones that haul the holidays?
Right.
Okay, because we're hauling the holidays again. We're kicking that off. We got that going on over here. But my issue is, these four-wheelers that just don't give a crap.
No.
On top of now, you have the government trying to separate us even more.
Right.
It's out of control. The division, the separation. Let alone these men and women have been isolated prior to all this.
Right.
Prior to all this, they live in truck stops. Those are their neighborhoods. They're not allowed to go in the neighborhoods. They're not allowed to do this. Not allowed to do that. They're just regulated up the wazoo.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing they need to do is to be just scrutinized even more, be put under more pressure, and then just to be disregarded because it's oh, we can go shopping, we can go to the retail stores, we can go out there and cut these truck drivers off, but you better not have a family gathering.
Right.
None of this makes sense. It's out of control, if you ask me, Sheila. We got another video here that happened in Costco. Okay. You're being forced to wear a mask, okay, in a lot of places. And I understand this. I understand how people feel, and I can respect it. And I can have common courtesy, and I can. But then you have people that get into power or have a position or feel that they're going to take it to the extreme.
Right.
You know, I want drivers to realize that the things that go on outside of their community,
right?
Because you're regular people, but I feel like you separate yourselves from regular people when we actually have four-wheelers watching this show, like Justin Pomerantz.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to play it? Want me to play it now?
I want you to actually wait on that because,
because it's a good one.
It is, but kind of with trucking before we get into that, we really want to get this young lady on as far as
you want to go to her first, because I feel like we're talking about the pandemic. This has to do with the mask. Why are we going to wait for that?
Right, because that's part of the national news.
Oh, is that part of national? Okay, yeah. So you want to go to her first
because this
is going to throw us completely way off to another topic, isn't it?
Okay, we'll go to the mask.
Is it? No. Is it good? So because I want to close this topic out.
So we'll go to the mask.
No, we'll close that topic out and go back to it.
You know, I would never tell somebody who's unhappy with how things are going in freight to not protest by parking their truck for the weekend of Thanksgiving. That's fine. If you want to do that to make a statement, it's a free country, at least for a little while longer. But what I think really needs to happen is people need to start saying no. Like I booked a load going from one place to another. Now the rate con shows up and it's an extra 150 miles. It's not even delivering remotely near the same city. So I called and said, hey, this is an error. And they said, no, that's actually where it's delivering. I said, well, you just cut my driver's pay. I'm not doing that. This is how much it needs to be for me to do this load. And they said, well, no one else has said anything. We need to start being accountable in the office. That's the problem right there. That's the problem.
That is a problem, right?
That is a problem. And then she was talking about the reason we were bringing it up is because obviously she knows some drivers that were actually talking about shutting down as far as around the Thanksgiving time. And she was saying that she understood, and because we're talking about Thanksgiving around this time, but she's saying that the problem therein lies with what's going on at the office, and that if they're not paying attention, that they're not paying attention. The people in the office basically aren't paying attention, and that she is. And we just love her. And we're not going to go too much into this topic. We want to give you just a little quick glimpse of it, of her, as far as like with the trucking part of the news of it.
Yeah, I can't wait to interview her. She knows a lot about this industry.
She is great. We love her videos and what she stands for. And she definitely stands for you drivers. And that's what we want.
Correct.
As far as that. And so she's standing for the drivers, even during Thanksgiving, which is what we're talking about with all the stuff that's going on and the restrictions and everything else. We understand that you drivers are upset and you want to protest and do these things. And that's what she's saying as well, too, that with all the restrictions and the masks and everything else that are going on within your community, that she's like, hey, you know what? I understand and I totally get it. But if they're doing these things, it's also.
Well, they're taking advantage of the driver.
It's happening.
They're taking advantage of the driver.
Right.
Companies are taking advantage of the driver,
right.
And the office ain't catching it.
Right.
And it's cutting their pay. They're losing money. Okay. Those owner operators are losing money in fuel.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Their biggest cost. So it's bullshit. And she caught it.
Yeah.
And she looked out for the driver. So that is somebody looking out for the driver. I totally get it. All right. So what else do we got?
So I'd like her, and we're going to try to get her on and have her on hopefully sometime after the holiday, probably not this week, but we're going to try to get her on hopefully for next week and talk to her, which I think is going to be a great interview. So if you want to go up to some comments here, and then the mask guys, we are talking about the Costco thing with the mask and all the regulations, because this is affecting, and it is part like of national news. And I wanted him to hold off on it because we are in the middle with the election that's still going on and in the process of it. So we're going to break that down a little bit. We'll talk about all the restrictions that are going on and that could possibly continue to happen even more so if someone gets in.
All right, Bob Cook says, then I got you all to enjoy your day. 10-4, let the good times roll. Daryl Martin says, my travels will be from bed to shower to the table and then to the recliner chair on Thanksgiving. John Freese, no cities, now cities are starting to mandate masks to get into establishments to eat. Yeah. All right, get him, Wayne. Look, I get thrown off. I don't know where I go sometimes. She's getting me this morning. She's killing me. All right, Charles Buddy says, now you will have more of them 62 to 65 mile an hour drivers out there. Oh boy, we don't need that. John Freese, we are all already seeing a lot of heavy traffic in the upper Midwest starting last Thursday and Friday. All right, it's going to get bad. Justin Daniels says the driver needs to be waited on right when they get to right. They hook to the right. The driver needs to be waited on right when they docked up. I hate the negligence and disrespect and ignoring the fact these guys make money by rolling. Get them coffee, get them a handshake, get them unloaded, get them a prayer, and get them on. Truck on, drivers, get it.
We love Justin.
I love that guy.
He's always so positive.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
All right, your turn. You get it.
Okay. Ronald says, speaking of Ronald real quick here, I just want to say, Ronald, we are going to get you on. We are going to get that phone figured out for you, or whether it's a tablet or anything else. This poor driver, he has tried to get on the Saturday show countless times. I can't even tell you. And there's always some reason or problem why that it's just not working out. We got him for a bit, and then the audio, it was just all screwed up. So we are going to get that figured out and get you on so that you can participate on as far as on the Saturday show. So I didn't even get to his comment, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mentioned him.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Ronald says, we are over 5 million drivers out here and the largest workforce out here. So if we just had a good agenda, we could get anything we want. But like I've seen many of times over 45 years is you can't get 10 drivers to stick together anymore.
You know what, though? I disagree with that. I just look at your panel, or just look at your comments.
I definitely see more of a unity in the brother and sisterhood, definitely from everybody on here. It's been really incredible watching.
I have to disagree with that comment somewhat with what I'm starting to see, but that's all I'm focusing on. So I understand exactly what he's saying, and he needs to get on the show. I want to do a one-on-one with Ronald. Mm-hmm. You know, he's hauling Christmas trees right now. So he's, like I said, these men and women haul the holidays. But what I totally agree with him. I'm just giving him a hard time because we are promoting the other side of that.
Right.
And we're trying to be the other side of that. And that's the one thing that we are going to do our best to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy the way things are going down. I love it.
Well, and you know what? I like it. I just think it's awesome. I just love watching you guys all in the groups and chatting with each other and meeting. Now you guys are all meeting each other and we're getting to meet you guys. So it's awesome. I see the unity becoming stronger. And that is our goal, is to get more and more and more and more of you to unite.
Right. And the one thing I'll say about this, Ronald is 100% right. The one thing that I can get drivers to agree on, and I have time and time again, is safety.
Yes.
And training. Safety and training. Everybody can agree on that, you guys. It's up to you guys to start promoting better training standards and safety in your industry. That companies shouldn't just meet the safety standard. They should be above the safety standard. It's absolutely out of control. I think that drivers can actually get that. I think actually they can achieve that change in their industry. Like I said, we've got people that drive four-wheelers that watch the show that contact us all the time that, well, we had no idea that you guys regulate like this. Now they're being more educated. You have to educate people, period, on what you're going through. But what's happening here is the marriage of both communities and the growth and of helping each other. But safety, everybody can agree on in the end. And that's the one thing I think if you guys get that, you can tackle that. You get drivers to agree on that all day long. You can chop it up all day long on safety and training. And I think you guys start there, you really, really will get far with unity.
And so speaking of safety, man, that just leads right on in, because we've got Drea, who is our safety lady. She's a boss lady trucker, and she does little safety clips for us once a week. Last week we were awful because, well, we neglected her because we're just bad people sometimes like that. We don't mean to, but we do have a safety video.
Right. We'll go. So you want to go to her, and then what do we get into?
Then let's get into national news.
All right. So we'll be right back, guys.
Good morning, drivers. This is Boss Lady Trucker with your weekly safety reminder. Today we're going to talk about following distance. Remember, with the winter weather coming, we need to remind ourselves to keep at least 2 to 3 truck lengths between the truck in front of us. It's important to have time to react. Even four-wheelers, when they cut you off, just let off the gas and back off a little bit. It's not worth an accident. It's not worth hurting anybody. That load that you got on is very important to get there, but so is your life and your safety. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the show. Each weekday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with your hosts, Wayne and Sheila Campbell. The morning drive on the driver's side. Real drivers, real talk. Have a great day, everybody. Be courteous and kind. Peace.
Get it. And now your national news.
We love her.
I do love her.
All right, you guys.
Well, hold on, though. You're right. The one thing I love about her and the ladies of the driver's side, which are the Bless Mess, which are these ladies right here. She's part of this group right here. The Bless Mess, Dell and all them, is they're taking action along with the men, with Scott and all. They're taking action with this without me asking, without anything. It's naturally, organically happening.
They're rocking
and
it.
She takes the time out every week to make a video for us to do that. And Della took the time out to start the group, I believe, right? And then you got Elisa with the newsletter.
Yeah.
You know, it's awesome, the things that are going on. So, but now to your national news.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to keep
Flicky fingers.
I'm trying to keep my pretty little banner up there.
Oh, flicky fingers.
All right,
himself.
you guys. So, he's talking about the mask, and we are going to get into that Costco video because it is ridiculous about what's going on. That more of these states are starting to close back down, and they're starting to put the restrictions in right in time for the holidays, of course. And so there's still a lot of uprising that's going on right now with this election. And so I just want to stress enough about this, okay, that don't give up hope, guys. Okay, it is not over as far by any means. I know that they're out there still saying that Biden is the president-elect and so on and so forth. Please, for no second, think that Trump is not doing and his legal team is not doing everything that is legally possible and do everything to get this overturned. Okay, so but the process still goes here. So basically, we still have December 14th. Okay, the electors of each state that's the day that they're going to cast their ballots. Okay, so each state goes and casts from what are voting. Then they go basically cast their ballot. Then by December 23rd, Pence must get all those electoral votes certificates. Okay, so then it goes to him. So we still have December 23rd. In the interim, are you seeing where I'm getting? So in this interim, we still have all these court cases and everything going on. Then on January 6th, the House and Senate meet for a joint session to count the electoral votes, with Pence presiding over the session. Any objection to the electoral votes must be submitted in writing and signed by at least one House and one Senate member. If an objection arises, the two chambers consider the objection separately. Okay, so what's going on? And I know like all of these stuff has been getting thrown out as far as there's like been 34s from what I remember right now, been out of the states right now as far as the legal actions that Trump has done and his legal team has done. That's no worries, okay? This is part of their strategy of what they want to do. When those get thrown out at the state level, what happens is they can appeal. And who do they appeal to? They're going to take it all the way up, okay, to the nation's highest court, which is the U.S. Supreme Court, okay? And that's what they are trying to do. So I know that they're going on saying that, oh my gosh, that Biden, a lot of people are kind of freaking out, saying that Trump should concede at this point. There's a reason why he's not doing that, okay? And there's a reason why that his legal team is doing what they're doing. Because a lot of people are intimidated, and this is where the Costco thing gets involved. A lot of people are intimidated that if the Democrats get in there or Biden gets in there and becomes president, that more of these mandates and restrictions that we are seeing right now are going to be happening over the entire country, and they're going to be enforced. Okay, so, and we already see what's happening right now. A lot of people with these masks, people are just sick of it. We're just sick of the restrictions. We're sick of being told what we have to do, what we can't do. And some of the things are getting really, really overboard and taking it to the extreme, like the Costco.
Right. It's an absolute joke. And I'm going to play the video. And real quick, guys, we're going to get your comments. Freddie Bell, I like the comment you made. I want to talk about that before we close out the show. So we're going to play this video, guys, and it's pretty crazy. We'll be right back.
So I just took my mask off in Costco because I need to breathe a little bit, right? And manager asshole over here comes up. He says, I'm calling the cops because you're not wearing a mask. I said, all right, that's fine. So I gave my dad my credit card to pay for the shit, and he tells the cops I gave him a knife. What kind of bullshit is this, bro? Look, yeah, all right, here. This asshole right here said I passed my dad a knife when I gave him a credit card. Nice. As he's on the phone with the cops. You're
over a mask.
Over a fucking mask.
My finger. I'm not gonna break your finger. I'm just holding on to your finger.
Over a fucking mask. Fucking good old David over here. I had to take this off to breathe for a second, so what does he do? He calls the fucking cops.
Dude, I'm not resisting.
That's what I'm saying.
I am not.
How is he resisting?
He's tensing his arms.
No, he's not.
Dude, I don't know
I got
what
this
you
on
call
video.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sheila. Don't let me get started because I just look. I understand. I do, but I'm going to say this. In church, I have to pull it down sometimes. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay? Whether it's from me being a smoker or not, but you're asking me to do something that I'm not used to. Okay? It's not a regular for me. It's just not. And I'm claustrophobic. I don't like, no covers over me when I sleep, nothing. I have to have my cold air and I have to have fresh breath. It's just me. So I understand where the gentleman's come from. And I understand that we need to respect the whole respect thing. Okay? The whatever. But that, it's ridiculous.
That's out of control.
It's a freaking joke. So these drivers, again, this is separate. Okay? So, because I'll roll into Texas. I'll tell you this. I'll roll into Texas, Arizona. You ain't having that issue. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. It's almost like people are social distancing.
Yeah.
They're keeping their distance and they're keeping their respect. Nobody's giving each other any crap about who's wearing a mask, who's not. The majority aren't. I'm saying this. The majority aren't in this state. Okay, the little towns.
Yeah.
You know, even the employees of restaurants and truck stops. Some have it on, some don't. It's the person that made that phone call. We all know, and I want to respect that position.
Right.
Okay, I do. But again, I always had that dick DOT cop that just wants to shove it in me.
Right.
Okay, and I think, I kind of want to say that this is where that went.
I have a problem on two kind of, I have a problem too on that. One, I think that the manager could have handled it a little differently. I get the fact that you have to enforce it, whatever your company's rules are, and to enforce it. I think it could have been handled a little bit differently, a little better, not so aggressive that you need to call the cops on it, unless he was just throwing a tirade. Which we don't know exactly for sure. We don't know the manager's side on that either. Okay. But to call the cops, seriously, to call the cops because he's not wearing a mask, just ask him to leave. And if he's going to go hand over something that now the cops are being called also, and he tells the police that he's handing over a knife. I think that's a little premature, handing a credit card over to his dad. And what, they're going to go on a tirade? I guess it could happen. I think it was handled wrong, first of all. Second of all, I don't understand as far as that the cops are coming out about a mask. We can't get the cops in Oregon to do anything. Are you kidding me? They're arresting someone over a mask. We can't get a guy who does a hit and run.
Catch and release. It's ridiculous. Okay. It's an absolute joke. Nothing's being done in any way in a proper manner.
Right.
Everything is out of control. Everybody's triggered. Nobody, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're doing that, this and that. There's no common ground at all. There's no getting along whatsoever. It's constant division. Whether it's Trump fighting the election, just like they said that he, with the Russians, rigged election. Dude, we forget they did all that. Okay, right. To try to prove that he rigged an election. And now we got Trump going through it. Correct. It's just ridiculous on every level. Okay, he has a right to contest it. People have a right to support him contesting it.
Right.
Okay, because if we're going to go down that road, how long have dead people been voting? Seriously, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're acting like, I'm not saying both parties are on the level. They're both crooked. I'm not trying to divide. I'm saying they have the right, and people have the right to support that. Okay, just like I had the right to vote for Trump, and I had the right to support him in his process, what he's doing. Okay, maybe not some of the tweets and some of the way he's handling it, but I understand the process, and I understand who I feel is better for the trucking industry in a whole. Okay, if you want to nail this platform or people for having a right to support something, but here we also support you in whether you support us or support the beliefs or what we think is right. We also think that you guys, because not everybody's supports Trump. Okay, I see your comment, Chris Constantine. I saw it and I read it, and I'm okay with it. I'm completely okay with it. You need to be okay with people supporting that process, because until the 21st, it's not done. It's not. Do I feel that Trump needs to respect that process? Yes, I really do. Will I be disappointed if he does things out of personal feelings? Yes, I will be upset about that. Do I feel he has the right to fight this process? Yes, I do, because I know the election process is not on the up and up, period. So outside all the drama that surrounds that, I have to look at it for what it is.
Right. And then you have the drama that's going on within all the states, and it goes from state to state. You don't even know what's going on from state. You constantly almost have to check daily to see what mandates, what restrictions, what other rules are going in place from these governors that or mayors, if they're sometimes the mayors, the governors allow the mayors and the cities to go ahead and make the rules for their city or county. And so you just don't even know. So you have all this turmoil that's going on, and whether the separation that a lot of people are saying that the Democrat states are obviously putting more mandates and restrictions in as to what the Republican states aren't. And so you just don't even know. And so many people don't even know. And that's the point, is that we don't know with the election. And I know a lot of people are calling it, oh no, as far as this, and we really don't know until those electors go in and they cast their ballot, and then Congress goes in and they open it and they announce it. There is still a process that goes on, and we don't know. And then the inauguration on the 20th. So there is still time, and they are fighting it, and he has a right to contest it. He has hundreds of lawsuits that are out right now, his legal team within all of the states. So, and that takes a process. And it may go all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Well, it's just like the process of eliminating fracking, okay, that Joe Biden's talking about, okay? They've been trying to do that for a long time, okay? But it's also, we need to look at also the oil field and the companies like Enron, who is EOG, that drops drivers and just displaces them in an instant. When that area, when they're done drilling and they cap it, and they're not going to let everybody know that they're ready to bounce up and abandon ship. Mm-hmm. And all those drivers are hung to dry and left to starve, that bought homes depending that this company sold. Well, we're here forever. You have a lifetime career with us. Oil is all that. And they cap it up and they bounce. Mm-hmm. All the drama, I'm not going to pay attention to. I hate the fact that we're even getting into this morning, because I can't stand politics. I really can't. Know. But at the end of the day, I care about everybody, and I care about what's going on in our country.
Right.
Period. And as far as COVID conscience, okay, have you looked at half these trucks out there, and the people that drive them? and the way they take care of themselves and carry themselves out in this industry. Are they are they cleansing? Is their hygiene up to par? How often do you have to use your shirt as your mask because you're standing next to a driver that hasn't showered in 10 days?
Oh.
Okay. So as far as that COVID conscience, be cautious about it. Are they wiping down every can? Are they actually taking care of those truck stops? Because I've been in a couple in this past week that are nowhere near up to standard. Just health code, let alone COVID codes. Okay. So I really, really want to make sure that we care about everybody and everybody matters to us, and we're not going to let politics divide us.
No.
So
no, but
with that being said, but everybody has a right. Everybody has a right to feel what they want, say what they want, and believe what they want.
Right. And, I have been diligently trying.
Because I love Chris, just by the way.
Trying not to get into this election process. You guys have noticed over the last weekend. So I have been diligently for national news. I mean, we were talking about astronauts, for goodness sakes. Okay. I have been trying to
We've tried to avoid it.
As far as it, but now because of the mandates that are going on and more of these states are coming in with restrictions, and the tensions are rising again with people, that they're angry, they're getting angrier, which the division comes in play more so. I wanted to go in and make sure that people understood that there is still a process that goes on. Yes, we are in November, but it is not over. Okay, we still have a process. The electors haven't even gone in and met yet, so and cast their ballots
until that gets done.
Yes,
until that gets done, I'll wait till I do. This is about as much as I'll talk about it from here on out, because what I'm going to do, if he lost and he can't prove anything in his lawsuits and he loses, then I know how to take an L. I know how to take a loss. I know that. I'm not going to just turn around and start bitching for 4 years either. I'm going to do what I can for my brothers and sisters and support. It's just all I can do. I know how to take a loss, but I know it's a major hit to the trucking industry. It's a major hit, but you guys can adapt to what's coming.
And you're talking about taking an L, and I was reading on the news as I was going over the weekend and stuff, and they were talking about not the L as far as that. No, I was reading on the news that they're like predicting that like the Navy SEAL is gonna have to come in. I'm pretty sure like Obama was on some kind of talk show or said, and they were joking. They said, "Well, what happens if Trump refuses to leave the White House?" And they're and Obama's like, "Well, we've got the Navy SEALs," and it's like, really? I mean, are you guys really putting that out there as far as that? I mean, I know he's going to fight it to the very last day, but I don't think he's going to have to be physically removed.
Are we still talking about this?
I'm just saying.
I get
I just think the way the media spins stuff.
It's not just that. It's also people on TikTok. It's just social media too. It's ridiculous. Right. It's ridiculous. It gets so spun out of control. It's a joke. So until then, I'm good. So we'll take a break, come back, and do comments.
Correct.
All right. Get it. Where's my Boston trucker? Give me some trucking.
Yeah, that's right. 3 days. Give or take a few hours. I mean, back then, you got to understand, this is before ELDs. We're running 2 paper logs. Before you could be really tracked really well, And I'm not trying to be a super trucker or anything. That's just how a lot of guys did it. And before GPSs, before cell phones, and if you want to know how far you went from somewhere to point A to point B, you looked in the back of the Rand McNally map if you didn't already know. The only devices we had were calculators. Like I had to be from Boston to LA Monday morning, take the calculator, okay, 3,000 miles divided by, let's say, average 50 miles an hour, it's 60 hours of driving. 60 hours in 3 days, it's about 18 hours a day, do a few more hours the next morning, you're in LA. That's just how it was done. But yeah, 3 days, and you sleep 4 or 5 hours a day. It wasn't really a big thing. So I hope that answers your question.
That's when they were running.
It was just the way, but they did it safely. They actually did it safely, Sheila. It's just the way it was done.
Right.
All right. You know how to work your log. You know how to write your story. If you had to change, if you had to rewrite your story, you did.
Right.
But you did it, in a respectful, safe way.
Right.
Mostly 99.9% of the time.
I mean, we had to go.
They weren't perfect. Either was I.
We went through that too, as far as when we left Oregon, as far as calculating how many miles in a day that we want to do, as far as fuel costs, what the fuel costs were in each state and this and how much. So,
but that's the
I had
whole
to do
thing
the
about
whole planning, the trip planning. There.
It's kind of the whole issue with the ELD. We don't need it. We know how to crunch our numbers. We know how to get there. We know what we're doing. Yeah, and that's the thing, is the fact that they've dumbed this industry down.
Right.
Okay, they just dumbed it down. They've dumbed the industry down in so many ways, it's not even funny. On top of dumbing it down, they've complicated it.
Right.
It's a simple industry. Safe and know your business. Know your numbers. That's it.
Yeah.
Safely and know your numbers. Crunch your numbers. That's it. Well, now they've just simply complicated it.
It's simply complicated.
It's simply complicated. It sucks. It breaks my heart. So with that being said, I'm even smoking on camera day. It's Manic Monday. I'm like, yo.
Oh, man, guys, we apologize. We're gonna have a little time. We're not moving around so much right now.
We're gonna get it together.
We're actually
holidays.
We're actually stationary now for a little while, so it'll be more of a flow.
I got mini horses to connect
for
with.
For the rest of the week. We will figure out as far as get it posted. Yes, you do have mini horses.
Yeah, mini horses.
To get it up there of what time, because we do want you for Thursday, guys, to join us. We're going to have an open feed going on. And Della had a great suggestion for us that at a certain time that we'll put out there that we all kind of meet in, as many can, which would be 9 of us, and cheers as you come in and out, and cheers as far as for happy Thanksgiving, and join us at least for Thanksgiving. And you have somewhere to go.
Yeah. All right,
So
let's go over to the comments. Freddie Bell, I see more four-wheelers now than ever standing up for us truckers. Just take a look at TikTok itself and the videos where they have our backs. Correct. Get it, Freddie Bell. And I hope other groups are paying attention.
Yeah.
All right, Freddie Bell, I'm so glad you made that comment, because I did this for a reason. All right, if they're not paying attention to think they're going to do something new, it's being done as we speak as far as content, because we're not the only ones getting a hold of four-wheelers. TikTok is rocking it. You got people with 500,000, 1 million followers that are truck drivers that have 250,000 four-wheelers following them.
That's true.
And they listen to them all the time. They're entertaining. They're awesome. And we'll be bringing them to this platform to interview. Big J Dub is one of them. We've already had one of them on here. We actually had a video for him this morning, but we're not going to play because it didn't just fit into the show this morning. So, but great comment, Freddie Bell. I really appreciate it. Let alone I appreciate you guys and Stack Logistics drivers. Ask her. I've been thinking about. I wanted to re-air the Stack drivers. Interviews.
Yeah.
The interview.
That was a great interview
because it was around the holidays. It should be coming up on my feed as a memory. I think. No, I did that through the driver's side page, so it won't be on my private. So I'll get that interview up. Thank you, Freddie Bell. Appreciate you. Ronald Herbert, there are so many issues we need to work on to get back to real trucking, home cooked food, talk tables, bring them back, and respect for what we do every day and night for the world. It is just a respect. It's common courtesy, and it's just good old fun, fashion fun, old school ways. And that's what we're hoping to do on Thursday. Ronald, with the open feed and having Thanksgiving dinner so we can get stories out and do exactly that from truckers, and hopefully it gets out to the general public, which it most likely will, because of my personal page, hers, and on YouTube. And I'll start doing stuff over on TikTok to where that gets out. Hopefully the four-wheelers are joining that way too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can get to that too.
We're slowly bridging that gap. And that's the goal, is to bridge that gap. We want more four-wheelers involved, and to see and join in on the show, and to see what you drivers go through, what you guys are talking about, and for them to understand. We had not too long ago, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, we had a four-wheeler that was on there that was really, really upset. It had a few incidents with some drivers that were not good, and he was just mad. And so I was trying to calm him down, and I was trying to explain to him and other drivers as well that these are the people that we want to try to change. That, you know what, don't let a few apples spoil the whole barrel. Okay, that it's not there.
Hit it.
He kept going on as far as that he had seen someone get pushed off the road that ended up dying. And I said, well, perhaps, I said, drivers don't know that person. It was a terrible tragedy. But if that four-wheeler was in their blind spot, they don't know. They don't know. It was an accident. They did not intentionally do it. And so it's drivers like that we wanted, the four-wheelers that we wanted to get on, for them to understand clearly that, you're not all crazy people out there just
Real
trying
quick.
to run people off the road.
Real quick, Sheila, what's the story I told you when we hit that 10? I said, this is a hard drive for me right here.
Oh, yeah.
What'd I tell you?
Yeah.
What'd I say?
That it was a hard drive for you.
Why?
Because you had someone die in your arms.
Correct. To you four-wheelers that makes comments like that, that's an accident. Remember, truck drivers are first responders on most accidents.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're people that take action. Okay. Because we have to save lives every day in a split second. Same thing that you four-wheelers do, but you don't even realize it. It's our job to know that. Okay. You're just out there having a good time. It's our job to know that you're going to screw up and kill yourself if we're not paying attention in that split second and you didn't even know it. Okay. The things that you don't realize that these drivers go through is absolutely astronomical, and you couldn't even wrap your head around it. That's for one. For two, the fact that they're first responders in most accidents that happen out on the highway, and they know exactly what to do in situations, you should be grateful for and thankful for, because they save so many lives, not just in that truck, but outside of that truck.
Right.
Not just that, and when lives are being lost and people are expiring and you have people that are with them, family members, you know how to separate everybody. And you don't want them to see that in that process, because you know what's about to happen. All right. And they've just been through a tragic moment alone. They don't need to see a friend or a family member expire. The I-10 right out there before the checkpoint coming east, right? But I was going west. That curve on the 10 before you get to El Paso, it's just a slight curve. Chevy truck fell asleep. The driver fell asleep. It was a couple and a friend. That truck, when he woke up, he yanked that wheel and they rolled. They winded up in the dirt. I was able to get my truck to the side of the road because it was late, pull my brakes, get over to that accident scene, and to assess the situation. I had the couple away from their friend because their friend had been ejected, rolled over, was crushed, but he was still fighting for his life. And the couple, I had pushed them over there, and I had held that man in my arms until he had expired, because I know there was no fighting it. He had crushed his skull, and he was bleeding, and there was no mouth to mouth that I could do. I could just comfort that gentleman in his last moments, and to separate them so they did not have to see it. And I was contacted by them later on down the line that they were grateful for that, let alone that I was there. So drivers, please, realize, and four-wheelers realize what these men and women are, and drivers know exactly what you do out there
and what they go through
and what you go through. I appreciate that. I can't thank you enough. All right, back to the comments. Mike Garby says, thank you, Drea, the safety lady right there. There she is. And Drea says, thank you, Justin. Phil Tristan says, nice job. Ronald, we can do this together. Karen Granger, where we're about to go sit with her right when we're done here. In some places, there are signs for deer crossings, but I don't think that they have thought the deers to read it yet. Get it? I think he's referring to John Freese, because John Freese recently plowed a deer. Get it? Jim Bailey, shout out again to XLG. He's from XLG, and that's Lunchbox's homie, Robert Pennington. I get Robert Pennington. Yeah. Shout out. He says Trump 2020. Leanne, drivers need to stand up. If they don't feel safe, park it. Don't risk it. And if dispatch is giving a shit, remember, you are the captain of your ship, not them. Get it. Nice job, Drea. Thank you, Phil. It's going to make the left throw a fit. Get it. Okay, Freddie Bell. Yes, I have noticed that also, which is Judy referring to Freddie Bell's comment about the four-wheelers over on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because she's a big fan of TikTok, and she's over on TikTok. We're friends on TikTok. She's great. All right. I already addressed that comment from Chris Constantine about he was saying you're kidding about Trump. Wow, loss expected from the driver's side to them to be still supporting a losing country, dividing president. It's all over the news, and Trump himself is already planning for life after presidency. Trump has no respect for the people vote. We must move forward and unify. We must COVID conscious and stay safe. I think I addressed that. I think we covered that, and I'm sorry that you expected more from the driver's side, because, well, I expect more from our government for trucking, period, in a whole, whether he's in office or not. I expect the heartbeat of America to be taken care of regardless. It's absolutely a joke. We're going to talk about that more this week. The super scam of trucking.
Yeah.
Because there should be something done just about the lease program. I'm not even going to play it.
No.
It's going to throw us off about the lease program. Let's just talk about that. And let alone let alone drivers, your safety standards, and, well, your training. All right, back to the comments. Let's get it. We need naked face. Who? Naked face?
I don't
Referring
know.
to John Freese. Well, he's referring to himself, I'm guessing, because he shaved his beard off
Yes.
recently. All right. I don't really care either way, but we will find a way to steal the election to get his way. And no, they won't be that bad because they will survive. All right. How about you wear your mask and stop cursing in public?
The Costco one. He's out there cursing. I believe that's what he's talking about.
Really, Chris?
What?
People in stones shouldn't throw glass, or people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. He shouldn't be cursing in public, really.
Right?
I know Chris. He's my buddy. I love him. Shut up, Chris. Mr. Perfect now. I love him.
Right. We don't know that whole story. I'm sure it was.
Like I said, we don't know that whole story. Stop it, Chris.
Innocent. I still think it was a little extreme for over a mask.
Stop it. But you get out there and straighten out some of these truck drivers for peeing in public. All right, Karen Granger says, that's harassment. We're going back to that video. Biden will hurt this economy. Oh, God. Let's not, no, back that way. Yeah, what the fuck? Right. What a shame. Sue Costco and the police. Okay, all right. I'm done here. Are we good, Sheila? Are we good? I mean, we're done. Get it, Wayne Campbell, Daryl Martin.
We're already over
Kevin Slater.
our time anyways.
Lori, thank you for this page. Love you all. Love you do. Keeps me sane.
Gosh, really?
If we keep you sane, you really need a doctor. You seriously might want to see these people here. Hold on. We do offer help here, guys.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, you took it down. I took it down. Damn it. Oh, man. What was the name of that doctor?
Virtual counselors.
Virtual counselors.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We'll have them back on and we'll be in talks with them as well, too. So. So for this week, though, guys, we've got Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. So we're going to be doing two things. We will still have the morning show on Thursday because that's Throwback Thursday. So it'll still be there. And then we'll have an open feed later in that day for you guys to pop in and join us. Okay, so we want that to happen. Tomorrow is Talk to Me Tuesday. We're going to try to get in maybe possibly tomorrow or Wednesday with Della on to have a one-on-one with her. An interview with her and the things that she's got going on, but she's a working driver. We have to go around her schedule. So she's going to let us know as far as that and let us know about the ladies group that's been started. And what else we got?
Lori has doctors. I told her she needs to see a doctor.
I have to, right?
We all have doctors. Yeah. We all have doctors.
Yeah.
This is mine right here. This is my doctor, right?
I need several. And so with that being said,
all right, we got a lot coming. Yeah. We really do. I'm excited. Chris, if you're still here, if he's not, I love you. I do. Glenn Callis, he's close by.
Yeah.
We're here, rolling west towards y'all.
Oh, cool.
Now, it's gonna happen. And my gimbal better not act up.
No.
We're out here in Orange, Texas. We're not far from the 10. I will bust this bitch and drive and be to you in a minute. Excuse my language. I'm cursing on public air.
Yeah. So we have animals too. We have an animal to tend to.
There's mini horses.
I want to go check out the little baby horses.
Yes, I do too. I want to say thank you to everybody. Seriously, remember, it's the holiday season. If you need somebody to reach out to, we're here for you. In any way we can be. Okay. Yeah. I can't say that enough. Again, and Chris Constantine, I love you, brother. No matter what. But we all need to find a common ground. We seriously do. It's time for us to start uniting and start tackling things together instead of divided. I just don't understand or recognize the country that I'm living in right now, in all honesty. I don't. With the division and how divided it actually is, it blows me away because in the end, I can set my differences aside and have a good time. But I'm starting to find people to do that with over here on the driver's side. And I want to thank you guys for that. So, and I'm able to get myself together and have that, read that comment, be okay with it, and still tell him I love him at the end. I get it. I've sat with Chris many times through this platform. He's left this platform before and he's back, and now I don't know if he's leaving again. You know what I'm saying?
I hope not. We love Chris. Yeah.
So, but my point being
I've gotten to meet him myself once or twice. I want to say, I know for sure one time, and I know that you've gotten to meet up with them a few times. That's the beauty of it. And I do want to, speaking of opinions and differences, we all have different opinions, and we all have to respect that. And I want to stress this about a group, and we have a group as well. We have the driver's side group, and here's the one thing, because we all have opinions and they're not the same, we still have to be respectful to one another and appreciate that fact that even though it's our opinion may not be the same as theirs, we still have to have respect for the other person. And what we won't tolerate is any kind of attack or verbal abuse on the group. Okay, we will block you. Okay, you will be cut off. And I just want to make that clear, because what we're trying to do is to bring positivity and unite drivers, not bring people down. Okay. And if people can't respect the other person's opinions of what their beliefs are, agree to disagree and leave it at that without getting verbally abusive or threatening, then you don't belong in here. Okay. And we will cut you out. And I want you to make sure that you understand that. So that's where I stand on that.
The one thing I'm going to say is I've done enough of that myself with you guys out here in this industry. I've retired from dividing. I'm done. If we're not, I'm done beating each other up. It's time for us to start picking each other up, period. Whether you like me or not, that I can't change. The one thing I can do is love you no matter what. And that's what I'm going to do. By the grace of God, I have each and every one of you today. And I will continue to put God first in my life. And that's, if I don't come from that perspective, then I'm just cheating myself, period. Daryl Martin says, if you're struggling over the holidays, I will be available to take your call. Wayne and Sheila both have my number. Correct. We do. That roster's coming too, guys. I got a lot of plans.
We're downtime now, so it's a little easier because I'm not bouncing all over the place with the computer. So
I dropped a ball yesterday and I have a lot of plans. I think that this platform could be an outlet for drivers to plug in, get the help that they need through an app. I got a lot of plans to where they get all the career advice from the right people they need and mentorship. We're going to launch the driver's side mentorship program. So if you're looking, and I'm doing it right now because I have to, if you're looking to mentor a new driver, reach out to us. I know people like Daryl Martin will. I know people like Glenn will. Glenn will talk to a driver on the phone that needs help in this industry. And Scott. Scott's already doing it. I said Glenn because Glenn, I'm going to meet today probably. And he's been a mentor to me. He doesn't even know it. So I think that he could really help another driver out there in this industry. So Glenn, if you're interested, I'd love to hook you up with somebody new in this industry that's looking to get into your part of the industry and to find homes and know how to find these homes. Mm-hmm. Okay, because you guys know how to read through the crap. There's the super scam of trucking, and I want that exposed. And I think we could do that through mentorship. So guys and gals, if you're willing to mentor somebody, please reach out to us. And if you're a new driver in the industry and you want to outlet to where you can be successful without having to buy or be sold anything, get a hold of us.
Yeah.
It's here and it's free for the taking. Remember, guys, you are the heartbeat of America and you should be treated like the heartbeat of America. All right. All right. So can you help me find marbles? No. Sean Freese. I want to say thank you to you, sir. It's last night to where I believe it was me and you that talked about this. Was the mentorship? I think I'm pretty sure
it was
you and I.
Yes.
And you're the one that pushes me. One of many that pushes me to think of these things and to put these and to connect you people. So thank you again. These comments were done, right? Yeah. Stop it. All right. Again, Heartbeat America should be treated that way. You got anything else? We can close this.
No, we're done. You guys have a great day.
Remember to always keep that side up, rubber side down. And to make money in today's trucking industry, what do you got to do, Sheila?
Keep that left door closed.
And here's your Monday feel-good pity of the day. Thank you, Drea.
Your pet velociraptor, you said, Steven. It would be fun, Steven. Now it's trying to eat me, Steven!